CaveFam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having one heck of a Thanksgiving and they had a good day with the family, y'all. I'm out here in Arizona. Stick around later for the upload schedule. At the end of the video, I'll let you guys know what's going down, y'all. I'm deciding to take a little break, but nonetheless, y'all, I know what you guys are here for. You guys are busy. You got family time going on, so we're gonna get this video, we're gonna get it in, we're gonna bang it out, and we're gonna have a good reaction, y'all. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I am shook. I'm shook. Guys, you will not believe what I just found out. This is how I know that they put stuff in plain sight, and you wouldn't even know that unless you read the Book of Enoch. Disclaimer, I read the Book of Enoch as history, not scripture, and I can tell you why in a whole other video. I want you to look at the Paramount logo. How many stars do you see on there? 22. Right? In the Book of Enoch, there are 250 angels that came down to earth, procreated with mortal women, and created a ravenous species of giant. You're probably like, okay, how does 250 go into 22? There were 22 leaders of the fallen angels listed here by name. Y'all know what they did. We talked about it on my channel, teaching humans heavenly knowledge, like trying to predict the future with astrology, teaching us about makeup, reading, writing, all these things. We were supposed to be childlike on this earth. We were not supposed to be getting into all the stuff that they brought down. When you watch the Paramount intro, you will see the stars floating over the water, aka the deep. And you know, on this channel, we have spoken about the demonic marine kingdom and how in the Bible, the deep could possibly be referencing the darkness, aka the devil, which is why on the new earth there will be no sea, and could be one of the reasons why Jesus walked on water, to show dominion over the ocean. Don't forget the fact that the women that procreated with the angels were cursed to the sea to become sirens. That's a whole other video. Anyway, so you see them floating over the water, referencing them to darkness. And what do? Congregate over this mountain. When the fallen angels came to earth, they landed on a mountain called Mount Hermon. These angels were a third of the angels of heaven because they rebelled against God with Lucifer. A decimal for 1/3 is 33.33. The coordinates for Mount Hermon is 33.33. Y'all tell me this is not mind-blowing. Tell me. They put it right in our faces. Who they serve, what they stand for. This goes to show that TV, television programming, they're programming us, channeling certain visions in our head. It all connects. It all makes sense. I could talk about this all night. Don't get me started. Anyway, make sure you guys like and follow and comment down below what you think.
The Colosseum is, if I remember rightly, 160 feet tall at the outer rim, which is enormous. It had seats for about 50,000 people, give or take. It had 80 entrances, 76 public, and was so well designed that it could be emptied or totally filled, we think, in about 15 minutes. So absolutely incredible. The building itself is pretty striking. You know, we see about half of it now because the Colosseum was built over a subsoil that was kind of spongy on one side, and earthquakes have caused a lot more damage at the south half and the north half. That's why that half is all gone and collapsed. You can see it's all made of the stone called travertine from Tivoli, which is not too far from Rome. And it was reinforced originally with iron clamps between the blocks. They were all dug out during the Middle Ages to reuse the metal. But despite that, the structure is so solid, and despite all those earthquakes, it's still standing on the north half to its original height, which is pretty damn impressive. Yes. In a lot of ways, the most impressive part of the Colosseum is what you don't see, and that's the part underground, the hypogeum. And the substructures there are what allowed them to bring animals, stage equipment, gladiators in and out of the arena as if by magic. And in the movie Gladiator, we saw this, where Maximus, the tigers pop out and stuff, and that actually happened. There were dozens of trapdoors that were built into the arena, which was wooden, and beneath there were these 2 layers of maze-like cages and corridors and lifts that brought this stuff up to the surface.
It's not really hollow. There are cities underneath the earth, and they've been down there. The people went down there at the fall of Atlantis. There's a whole city. It's got a sun, it's got water, it's got lakes, it's got animals. It's beautiful, and they're more highly advanced than we are. But that is inside of the earth.
And they live thousands of years old, I understand.
Oh, it's been down there since Atlantis. The survivors of Atlantis, some of them went into the hollow earth. The entrances are found underneath the pyramids of the world. They had the entrances to the hollow earth, and the pyramids were built on top of the entrances. This means the one in Egypt, the one in South America, anywhere there's a pyramid, there will be an entrance going down into the hollow earth.
Ask Neil to disprove the flat earth theory.
A couple of things. During Ramadan, you fast during the day and you eat at sunset. Do you know that in the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, they issue a table, depending on what floor you're on, it's a different time that the sun sets. So if you're at a higher floor, you have to eat a little later than those who live on a lower floor. And that can only happen if Earth is round. And not only that, and I did this back when we had a World Trade Center, so it was perfectly positioned facing Jersey. I have photos, and you can watch the sunset up the World Trade Center. It goes 1 floor per second. And so it's 107 flights up. So it would take about 2 minutes for the sun to fully set for those looking beyond the curvature of the Earth. Also, we're in New York City. We've watched football games in the winter taking place in California where the sun was still up.
What do you guys think of that? Be nice. Be nice. He's a human. What do you guys think of that? I like throwing in a little Neil deGrasse Tyson. It gets the comments going, y'all. It gets the Cave fam talking and communicating with each other.
Everybody's talking about these alleged tunnels to Diddy's house and alleged tunnels under LA and secret Starbucks and stuff like that. But what I heard was real is tunnels under Vegas. And I'm not talking about the tunnels like under the 15 where people live. I've been in those. But there's tunnels that you can drive under. These were before the Tesla tunnels were there. Because this guy named Jolo had a big party under a dome that was like out away from the strip. I know this sounds weird. I don't have enough backstory here to make it make sense. But they drove Jolo from the strip in the tunnels to the domed party. And I've been asking everybody, show me the tunnels, take me to these alleged tunnels. No one has been able to show me the tunnels. So if anybody in Vegas knows about these tunnels, tell me. And the Tesla tunnels they have now, are they just repurposing the old tunnels as the Tesla tunnels? I need answers.
Oh, you know, there was one coming out of your master bedroom back in the day when you were at that mansion. Allegedly, so they say.
Physically held a key that opened every single door in the facility. I had complete access to every compartment they manufactured.
What are you blowing the whistle on?
That there are technologies at the South Pole Station that people can't even consider that exist on this planet. Directed energy weapon systems is something that people need to get in their vocabulary fast. The Ice Cube neutrino detector is not simply a passive listening device as presented for the science that they're claiming it to do. It also has the capacity to transmit. There are embedded in the ice what are called digital optical modules, DOMs. They're about the size of a basketball. The array embedded in the ice is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. It is the world's largest telescope. And now, because we have proven that it can transmit, it's the world's largest directed energy weapons system. It is responsible for the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand.
You seriously cannot make this up. What if Elon Musk is actually a time-traveling vampire alien who's building a starship to return to his home planet? And what's Elon's response? I mean, yeah, of course. Oh, and don't mind the evil picture with him in front of a blood moon. There's no symbolism going on there at all. Oh wait, there's more. Though apparently Elon's account was verified since 3000 BCE. For those who do not know, it's around the time that the flood took place. You know, the flood that God sent to wipe out the Nephilim? And we can see here Elon reposting this, stating, "See, this proves that I am a time-traveling vampire alien. Even though I am 5,000 years old, I think I look much younger." Here's a reenactment of Elon posting on X. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg with what he's been posting. So we had him reposting this. Most of those who are not on X cannot see the Matrix. Time to get them on X and give them at least the choice of pills. And what does Elon reply with this? Matrix with the X logo. Now remember, the red pill and blue pill is the same idea of the left wing and the right wing, the blue versus the red. It all leads to the same end. And he has been having a field day with the idea of a new resurrected Rome, as he posted this with the SPQR. Now for those who do not know, the SPQR stands for the Senate and the People of Rome. Oh yeah, and by the way, here's our logo for the SPQR. Nothing to see here, guys. He's just having a fun time joking around. This all right here is just a coincidence. As we can see right here how he posted how America is the new Rome, and how he posted a aerial video of Rome. Oh, and since we're talking about coincidences, look at the SpaceX launch Starlink 666 mission. Oh, and we also had Elon Musk reposting this post from Tim Pool, how Tim Pool got paid $6,665. As you can see right there, another 666. It's all just a coincidence, guys. Absolutely nothing to see here. It's not like he's trying to create a collective consciousness of Earth and a new philosophy that is compatible with most existing belief systems, and also bragging about the Novus Ordo Secularum, the same guy who wants to put a chip in your brain connecting you to artificial intelligence.
The artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon.
The same guy who's okay with going to hell, if indeed that is his destination, since the vast majority of all humans ever born will be there. Imagine the uproar that would be going on right now if this guy was doing this. But because Tony Musk is doing it, people cheer it on.
So exactly, y'all. Exactly. We gotta not be so biased. I don't see nobody in an uproar about Elon Musk at all, because he's with who he's with. But imagine if he was with the other side, what people were doing. So we all do the same thing. That's why we got to realize they're feathers on the same damn bird, y'all. Wings on the same damn bird, just opposite sides. Because if he was doing that stuff over there, that's all this content would be about. Something about Elon. I've been saying it. I don't know. I don't like his vibe. I don't like it.
There's a tale out there about copper pyramids being some kind of mystical resonator or whatnot, and I got thinking, I'm making copper crystals, so why don't I make crystals on a copper pyramid, see if it makes a difference. So here we go. One copper pyramid and cathode, and we'll see what kind of crystals it makes. Alright, so here's our copper pyramid all set up to make crystals. Looks like it's already starting to run a little bit. Check back here in a few hours to see if it's actually doing anything. So this is kind of interesting. It's been a couple hours now, and you can see how the crystals are forming to the outside of the structure than kind of on the top. And they're a lot more organized than normal. I'm actually a little surprised. This is not, usually it's kind of sporadic, the way the crystals, the way they start to form. But it's definitely a different setup, or they're forming in a different way. So it'll be interesting to see what it looks like in the morning. Check back in. Okay, so 12 volts has dramatically changed our product here. This is ready to come out. Once it touches the top, then we're short circuits out. Look at really close. And it's a large, bushy growth on top of our copper pyramid.
Sorry, y'all. You can't even hear the guy. The people who put the music on did it way too loud. They didn't edit it lower, so you'll see the final product. Not my music.
Pull it, set it to solution here, and maybe I can get down in there without breaking. Right. Check out these crystals. I think those are all copper acetate crystals, but holy smokes, is that cool.
Cocomelon YouTube channel. Literally, it's a gateway drug. I'm going to explain that in a video that got over 1 million views. I compared it to fentanyl for the brain. Some of you asked why. I'm here with a brain expert. Tell them why. Why? What's happening?
Well, the reason is to get hooked on it is they want that high. That's dopamine. It never has a payoff. So imagine they're going to look for something bigger. Reason it's a gateway drug is they're going to go out seeking. You're going to have seeking behaviors. Depression, anxiety are going to drive them to negative results and behaviors, negative foods. So this is something you got to stop and clear it out.
So literally, they want more dopamine. By the way, this page is designed to stimulate kids' brain with all the every 2 seconds changing frames. You didn't even know about Cocomelon until I told you about this, but you said this is why it's so damaging.
Well, because they keep engaging the dopamine response.
Right.
And then they get addicted to it.
Yeah.
When it's not there, they're going to feel angry and upset.
That's exactly, he doesn't know about Cocomelon, but that's exactly what happens. When they take kids away, they flip out, just like a drug addict gets a drug taken away. And absolutely, but you're saying this is chemical. And parents, it's up to us. We're babysitting our kids with this stuff, and it's because you don't have the knowledge. Share the video. People need to know. That's from the brain expert. Share the video. People need to know.
Have you ever wondered who makes bottled water for Kirkland, also known as Costco? Because they sell a hell of a lot of water, millions and millions of these things, and I just wanted to dig a little bit deeper. Follow along. But the news comes from California. And so check it out. The drinking water is about 600, serving 1.6 million people are at risk of failure, which means that there's not enough drinking water in the infrastructure to support this many people. But hold on, and they say that most of the problems in California's water is because of, they're blaming it on that. They're not blaming it on the Niagara Water Company. The Niagara Water Company has been draining the water tables of California since 1963. They not only do bottled water, they do sparkling water, spring water, anything to do with water. The company is called Niagara. And it's funny that a company as such, they blame it on this, when in fact, they're making a lot of this bottled water. It's amazing how big companies can brainwash you and thinking that it's something when it's actually something completely different. Anyway, there you have it, and I hope you dig deep into. Bye now.
Just watching The Grinch. And I'm sorry, what does that say?
It's crazy, y'all.
Do you think that says what I think that says?
Like, this is a kid's movie. Why? That's crazy, y'all. You got to remember, these are grown adults making things for young adults. You know? So think about somebody putting that, how sick they are.
What? And the timestamp?
Donald Trump wins, I'm going to be out of the country.
I will move to Spain.
But I'm either coming to your country if you'll let me in, or Canada.
Listen, if he wins, he won't have to worry about immigration. Well, I'll go back.
Where would you go? Canada.
I'm 100% moving to Canada. I love Canada.
I'd be an expatriate. I would definitely move.
Trump win, I'm moving to Africa.
If any Republican gets nominated, I'm going to move to Canada with my entire family.
Maybe it's time for me to move. I'm reserving my ticket to get out of here if he wins.
I have a house in Spain that is going to be ready right after the election. Panama, Siberia, Nova Scotia. I'm definitely moving to Canada. Straight to hell. Iceland, France.
Asia's pretty cool.
Like a mental hospital for a while.
I would move to the Caribbean.
The Bahamas, Hawaii.
I've always wanted to live in Italy.
I want you to think about this. Something with the capabilities of traveling light years, not showing a heat signature, the energy capabilities of that would put the Pentagon out of business. We wouldn't be fighting these worthless wars overseas over oil, and American boys and girls wouldn't be dying. It would put the war pigs out of business, and they'd have to go somewhere else, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I think what's going to happen now, the floodgates, other people are going to say, you know, I've got some information. I'd like to come swear in. I've seen enough, and I would hope that you all would get that opportunity to see what we've seen.
If they're referring to Trump, just listen. Take a look.
Service said they have dissuaded him from coming to Capitol Hill. They told him they don't have the resources to protect him here. So at the moment he is not coming, but that could change.
Oh, he comes, I'm going to punch him out. This is
Oh,
my
wow,
moment.
I would pay to see
I've
that.
been waiting for this, for trespassing on the Capitol grounds. I'm going to punch him out, and I'm going to go to jail, and I'm going to be happy.
locked up and barricaded in their offices. So there's a critical situation and a risk of loss of life.
We have some senators who are still in their hideaways. They need massive personnel now. Can you get the Maryland National Guard to come too? We can't.
Mr. Secretary, obviously Prince George's County, I will call Angela Alsobrook, the county executive. I'm sure she'll deploy whatever we need deployed. Montgomery County as well, Fairfax and Arlington all have very significant forces.
Yes, sir. I'm going to call the governor when I get off.
Good.
Everything on my end, I'm trying to get this in.
Thank you. We won't take any.
I have something to say, Mr. Secretary. Well, I'm going to call the mayor of Washington, D.C. right now and see what other outreach she has to other police departments as Senate leader.
Didn't Trump try to send the National Guard over there? She said no. We don't want them.
Deliver the good news that you are
Am I
now
wrong?
going to, instead of blocking the National Guard, that you will.
So there's more people in the Senate.
No, I just had to get permission. It's not my personal. I had to talk to my boss.
And then did you talk to your boss? So we.
I did, man. We have the green light.
Okay.
And I don't know how that word got out, but I never said that.
Thank you. Keep working. We need all the personnel we can get.
So you're telling me that the people of North Carolina had tiny homes built for them, 70 plus something homes, and the county or the state comes in and says, oh, it's not up to code, you can't live here, and now they're homeless again, so the DSS comes along and they're like, hey, I'm taking your kids if you can't provide shelter. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm over here in the Pacific Northwest, watching all of this unfold. The only reason I'm talking about all of this is because my best friend lives in Hendersonville, North Carolina. And she's telling me firsthand the things that are happening. What the fuck?
It just stopped. It's looking at us, baby. Woo! You better move back. Why just stop?
The heck?
We have some huge breaking news right now. A Texas land commissioner is offering the federal government, and specifically Donald Trump, thousands of acres of land in Texas owned by the Texas state government to build mass deportation camps. So the Texas land commissioner at issue, Dawn Buckingham, wrote a letter saying that she will offer 1,400 acres to the Trump administration to build mass deportation camps. And now she's amending that offer to saying she'll be open to giving even more land. Texas the state government owns about 4,000 acres of land in the state. Donald Trump wants to start this mass deportation plan as soon as he takes office, although it's unclear exactly how he's going to do it and with what resources. But now Texas, this land commissioner, this Republican land commissioner, now is literally offering Texas state land to build camps on them. It's unclear what these camps would look like and whether the Trump administration would even accept such a thing. It really seems like this is just a political ploy by the land commissioner to potentially bolster her own image. Because as you know, there are elections coming up in Texas in 2026. And any
Always a by the way.
Spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
Stop buying coffee for $5.50. You go to work, you spend $15 on a sandwich. What are you, an idiot? It costs you 99 cents to make a sandwich at home and bring it with you. You start to add that up every day, it's a ton of money. Most people, particularly working in metropolitan cities that are just starting out on their job, making their first $60,000, piss away about $15,000 a year on stupid stuff. And that's what they should stop doing.
What the fuck is Bork? Ground Bork. That's somebody's sister, brother, cousin.
Oh, that is bloated.
Beef and pork.
Nope.
And here we go.
Expensive.
I hope you're hungry. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing.
Coming.
For nothing. For nothing. For nothing.
Brag.
You guys getting anything on Black Friday? Let me know, y'all. I already got some things at Harbor Freight because I'm a Inside Track member. So I got me one of those ladders, those 17 foot ladder. I got a couple of those mini toolboxes, some zip ties. But I want to get a drill impact driver kit, either at Lowe's or Home Depot. Lowe's has a pretty cheap one that I want to get. So that's what's on my Christmas list, y'all. What's on y'all's Christmas list? Let me know down below. You guys shopping? Let me know.
Don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm going to be honest, I have the shingle shot too. Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice, so nice.
And I was one of those people that was like, COVID's not bad as you think it is. It's not this, man. They're overreact. I got it bad, y'all. I got it real bad. I was really bad. I had trouble breathing. I couldn't get up and down the stairs. My mind was messed up. But got through it like a soldier, knock on wood. Haven't had it since. But I was one of those people. Whoa.
The world is not in danger because of Russia. The world is not threatened by Russia. The world has no fear of Russia. That's the reality. The propaganda that the West has generated, in particularly the United States, and more specifically, the LGBT left-wing Democrat uniparty Republican epicenter in Washington, D.C., they are inventing this fountain of lies about Russia and spreading that to poison the minds of people in Europe. And I think only Europe is susceptible to it. You don't have anyone in Africa or Asia drinking from that fountain of lies and death. So in one sense, it's laughable. It's disgustingly silly and childlike, but that's what America has become. That's what specifically the United States government under the Democrats have become. Children. Almost on a retarded level, and they're pushing their woke globalist left-wing agenda without any sense of restraint, any sense of reason or self-reflection or professional, intelligent analytics. It's like an emotional, spiritual possession, as I was talking with a religious person earlier. So they're pushing, and Russia is sort of standing its ground, warning them not to push, warning them this can lead to bad consequences. This can lead to war. But the West doesn't seem to be able to want to hear it or even be able to hear it.
Oh, how nice. What about Anne H? Anne H was...
Oh, they killed her. Ain't no doubt about that. She was alive. They pronounced her dead. Yeah. She got into that ambulance. If you look at that photo, her head popped up.
She was crawling, crawling, begging for her life.
Aaron Carter, Nick Carter's brother.
Yep.
He was begging for help. Begging.
And Anne was doing work exposing pedophiles. Aaron
Carter she was.
Pedophiles. Yeah. Chris Cornell, Avicii, Chester Bennington. Avicii was exposing pedophiles. Chester and Chris Cornell allegedly were exposing pedophiles. They did that song together famously.
Allegedly, so was Paul Walker.
Yep, Paul Walker too.
From Fast and Furious.
Yep.
You see the grizzly bear I posted on my Instagram today?
No, I didn't.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So people I love this video because it's a camera that's set up and someone put food in front of the camera and a light so that when the grizzly bear walked in, you can get video of this thing walking in. So it's like a little cautious and a little skittish, but you get a sense of what it would look like if that thing was like walking up to you. And any illusions,
holy crap,
any illusion that you have that you could somehow survive if that thing wanted to kill you should be instantaneously erased when you see this video.
Can you imagine on a hike, nice summer day in the woods, you turn the corner and you see this big boy, big girl. Heart would drop, y'all. You don't even have time to reach for that gun.
Look at the size of that fucking thing. I mean, look at the fucking size of it. Play that again, because it's so insane When you see it walking, the immense power of this thing, it's like a truck, and this thing can run 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucked.
A human leg was found in the rubble of the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, but the problem was none of the victims were missing a leg.
What?
So in 1995, Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols committed one of the worst attacks in American history, where they put a bomb in a car and blew off the side of a government building. 168 people lost their lives, but they found a leg in the rubble. After running DNA tests, they found out that this leg actually belonged to this lady named Lakeisha Levy, who actually lost her life on that day. The problem was that she was actually already buried with another leg.
What?
The leg that was in her coffin with her was not her leg. So they had to go and dig up her body, take that leg out. They tried to get a DNA sample on that leg, but because she was already embalmed, they weren't able to get a DNA sequence off of it. But the weirdest part about it is that there was never a 169th victim reported. Everyone was accounted for that was in or around the building at the time. And to this day, no one ever found out whose leg this is.
Did you know that all the world's internet cords are in the ocean? In the ocean. There's not a lot of things that shocked me. This absolutely shocked me. I am flabbergasted. There's enough cords in the ocean, read, to wrap around Earth 22 times. 22! They try to put these cords as deep in the ocean as possible, the deepest one being from North Korea, going down 24,000 miles. I don't know about you. I've always thought this is where the internet came from. I would even understand possibly from here. But never did I think this is where our internet came from. And this is where it stays. It kind of makes me think about this. And the story that broke not too long ago about a certain species being in the ocean.
All to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos.
About alien cities and civilizations in the depths of the sea.
I can't say I was surprised. I had the feeling all along that at the end, this thing might break one way or the other, and all the so-called swing states would vote together, because the last 2 or 3, 4% were actually pretty much alike. At least this time, there is no question that he actually won both the popular vote and the electoral college. And when he won before, he lost the popular vote and only won the electoral college because of the late intervention of James Comey, and I think the false presentation of the email issue. There's been a lot of change for people to digest. A lot of economic adversity and upheaval, a lot of political upheaval, a lot of social developments. And if you think about it, some of the votes that happened in the last election are people who are just exhausted by uncertainty and tired of carrying it around. And that always helps the right.
All right, family. There you have today's reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope everyone out there had a good day, y'all. Good day with the family. I'm out here in Arizona as we speak. Just want to let you guys know, you know what? I need a break. I need to get this mind right. I need to come back and just get my stuff together, y'all. I'm living like I'm a little kid still. I got a baby on the way. I got to make some big changes. The goal while I'm out here, I'm not currently out here, but while you're watching this, I'm currently out in Arizona. While I'm out there, I need to really get my mind right and get my stuff together, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take a little break from the YouTube grind. I will be back on Sunday with a long hour-long reaction for you guys, and we're back to regular broadcasting on Sunday, y'all. So I hope everyone out there has a good Thanksgiving weekend. Safe, have fun with the family. I'll be checking in with you guys while I'm out in Arizona, posting some pictures for you guys, showing you guys what I'm up to. I'm gonna see you guys on Sunday, y'all. You guys have a good weekend. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys on Sunday. Later.